Hey folks, it's the mediocre cover band guitar guy, Thanksgiving edition. Yes, here in Canada, it is Thanksgiving weekend. Tomorrow's the actual day of thanks. We're doing supper with some kiddios and stuff today, or I guess a late dinner, early supper, or late lunch, early dinner, depending where you live, because it's all different. We say supper here. That's it. Anyway, I got asked kind of a pretty cool question, and just wondered what other people's answers to this would be. How many guitars should you take to the gig? Once upon a time, I would take three. That was without an acoustic. I had one in standard, one for a backup in standard in case I broke a string, and one already tuned down half a step for the Guns N' Roses and stuff like that that we do. And just give me a second. Then I was blessed with, you're going to hear it, well, that Velcro's on there good, one of these Digitech drops. And this thing is great. I do a lot of stuff with that, but I should have taken it off the pedal board before I did the video. I know. It's not professional, folks. I'm not getting paid for these, right? So it's not my job. But anyway, that thing actually brings my guitar down a half a step. So now I need to bring two guitars. I got a backup and like whatever. Usually the Gretsch is kind of my main. Last couple gigs I've played, I've used the Strat. I'm getting used to that volume knob now, and my hand placement is different. But I used to bring two, and the individual that asked the question said, wrong. And I was like, wrong. He goes, bring as many guitars as you want. It's your gig. He's not wrong. But when you got limited space in a vehicle, and at the end of the night, you just want to go home. Here, once upon a time, we finished playing at 3 a.m. And at 3 a.m. on the second night of playing, especially if you work that day, you really don't want to be in the club packing up 12 guitars. And I think back to the Facebook meme where the guy was getting ready to do a 20-minute open mic set, and he had like 8 guitars with him. We'd love to bring all of our gear because it's a comfort thing, I guess. You learned how to play a certain song on a certain guitar, and you might want to have that guitar live. That's not always an option. I know with the orange Gretsch I have there that you've seen in some of the videos, like that's almost like a security blanket in some gigs for me. I got really used to the thicker body of that guitar, and I found it really, really hard to play because my other guitar at the time was an SG, and I found it like really weird to go back to like how thin and light the SG is. But yeah, so I said two guitars now because you should have a backup. I think that's the thing when you're in a band is you need a backup. If you break a string, and I watched a guy do this one time, and I really felt for him. There were 4 songs into a set. They were an acoustic trio. One of the guys breaks a string, and the whole band stopped so he could change the string. And I thought, okay, well maybe the other 2 guys should have kept going and let him change the string and pop back up, or have another guitar there. I mean, sometimes if you're an acoustic trio, you might only need one backup. I don't perceive 3 people breaking a string at once. Probably could happen, and it would happen to me if it was going to happen to anybody. But always remember to have that backup. Bring at least 2 guitars. That's my answer. Um, you can leave one already tuned half step down. I've done that as well on gigs where we were cramped for space. And then if you break a string, it's just a matter of tuning it back up to standard. And then during your break, putting the string on. You know what I mean? You always need to have that pack or 2 of strings with you. God knows, I've been lucky. I've only broken a string on stage once, maybe twice since I've been playing, and one was in rehearsal. So that's pretty good. But that's all I got to say on that. Like, at least 2. That's my answer. Like, you want to bring more, but you've got to realize you're the one that's got to pack all that shit up later. If you got somebody, carting your gear around for you, like a cartage situation, bring all your damn gear. Who cares, right? If they've got room to take it and whatnot, then that's fine. Another question I'm going to answer. Somebody asked me about alternatives to gravity guitar picks because they found they were very expensive. And I have a couple of, 3 options, maybe 4 options. Well, no, 3, because 2 are from the same company. They're just a different pick. This is a Golden Gate Extra Stiff. Not quite acrylic, but feels kind of the same. I love these. Use them for a while. Not easy to come by. Another alternative to your acrylics are the V-Picks. This one's worn down quite a bit. When I was doing the whole country thing a couple of years ago with some friends before COVID, I used that one a lot. But the cheapest of all options are the D'Addario, whatever you want to call them. Acrylics, Acrylux, 1.5 millimeters. You can get them in this color. It's like $9 for 3. It's $9 for 1. Sometimes with the gravity, and they come in this color as well. As you can see, this pick has been used. So that's the alternatives I would go with, and of course, there's gravity. I'm a snob on those. I love them, and that's it. All right, folks. So think about your guitars when you're doing your next gig and what you need and what's important. And remember, I look at them as my guitars are tools when I'm playing live, and I'm the biggest tool. So there you go. Take care. Thank you.